Hi, my name is Justin Seeley, and I'm originally from Murray, Kentucky, now living in Southern California, and I am what I call a sleever. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery a little over 14 months ago, and since that time I've gone from close to 400 pounds to around 185, 190 pounds, which is where I currently sort of fluctuate from day to day. So I've had a lot of success with the vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, but it's not without its challenges and it's not without its setbacks, certainly, but it is what has worked for me, and I think that it would really work for anyone who's willing to put in the time, the effort, and the dedication to it. You know, I was a pretty heavy kid all through middle and high school. I was on the football team, the weightlifting team, so my size was actually an advantage to me back then. And because I was doing all these physical activities, it really didn't get out of control. I was always able to manage it pretty well. Right out of high school, I went to college and I started a graphic communications major, which basically means I sit at a computer desk and play with software all day. And I kept eating like I was still on the football team and the weightlifting team, and that's not good for the waistline. But, I didn't really think anything was wrong. I was just eating and having a good time, and you're 20-something years old and bulletproof. And so it wasn't until a lot later on down the road that I realized that I had a problem. I was 26, 27. I went to the doctor for a completely unrelated issue, and once I was at the doctor, I found out that I had diabetes, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. And at 27 years old, that's not exactly something that you want or need. So I decided right then and there that it was time to do something to change my life. And I had thought about weight loss surgery before, but I didn't really, think that it was something that I necessarily needed to do. So at the very beginning, I started trying to lose the weight by myself. I went to the gym, I started changing what I ate, I went to see a nutritionist to help get my diabetes on track and everything like that. I was able to, start bringing my blood sugar down, lost a little bit of weight, but my problems really weren't responding, to any of the stuff I was doing. So they would change my blood sugar medication, or they would, tell me to exercise more or something like that. And I was like, gosh, I really need something just to help me jumpstart this and get going a little faster. Like I said, I had looked into weight loss surgery before, and I found out through my mom, who also works at the hospital, that they were starting to do bariatric surgery at Murray County Hospital. And I thought, well, we just moved back to Kentucky, so why not go to one of their seminars? And so at the seminar, they discussed the different options for surgery to fix, your weight loss issues. And the one that appealed most to me was the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. I think the reason the vertical sleeve appeals to me is because it's a long-term solution that can never be taken away. It's a maintenance mechanism that I now have for life, and I really liked that idea of it. The lap band could be adjusted, it could be loosened, it could also be removed if I wanted it to down the road. And so this was a way to permanently change my life and really make sure that I'm committed to this lifelong change. Also, I didn't have to deal with a device in my body, which was something that was somewhat bothersome to me, so I just didn't choose to go that route. I understand a lot of people do, and that's fine. If that's something that you want to go ahead with, that's totally fine. Whatever the choice you make, it's ultimately yours and not any of ours to tell you how to live your life. But I will say that the vertical sleeve was what appealed to me, and it's also the one that I chose, obviously. The pre-op informational sessions that you go to are going to be very important to you. You're going to have to ask questions. If there's anything that's been bothering you about these procedures, ask the questions. These people are knowledgeable, they know exactly how to answer your questions, they know the information backwards and forwards, so they are a great resource for you to find out everything you want to know about these procedures. Do your research, do your homework, get as much information as you can so that you can make an educated decision before you just jump into something. I also would encourage you to get to know the people around you. These are the people that you are going to know and be going through this process with. So getting to know them is also going to help put your mind at ease and put a support system in place, because if you guys are going through this together, chances are you're going to need to lean on one another for some support. I mean, I know you got friends and you got family, but nobody understands the life of a weight loss surgery patient better than a weight loss surgery patient. So get to know these people that are around you and learn what's going on with them, help them through their issues, you work through your issues, you'll be glad that you had this support system down the road. The days before surgery are definitely the toughest days that I had. The days before surgery are, you're nervous, you're trying to, learn as much as you can about the procedure, you're trying to follow this new diet, you're trying to get ready and all this stuff, and it's really tough. It's mentally strenuous and physically strenuous as well, especially when you get to that pre-op diet where you're all liquids and really not a lot of anything going into your body that makes you feel energetic or anything like that. But once you make it through that period, a lot of this is going to take care of itself. The weight is just going to come off. As long as you follow the diet and you start doing some exercise and things like that, the weight is going to take care of itself. It's this up here that you really have to focus on, the mental aspect of it. So use the time before surgery to get yourself ready mentally. If you don't get ready mentally, you're setting yourself up for failure automatically. So, I went through this period and I took the time to really reflect on, is this what I want to do? Is this something that I can sustain long term? Am I ready to change my life? And I took that and I weighed it against, everything that was going on, new job, new marriage, everything. I wanted to be there for my family and everything. And so I just said, yes, this is something that I want to do. This is something I need to do. And so I put forth the effort and everything to put my mind in a place to succeed at that. And that's really all there was to it. I also want to encourage you to find a way to make yourself accountable for what you're doing. I don't know what that means to you per se, but for me, that was starting a blog and also doing videos like the one you're watching here. And so doing videos and posting my progress, even before I had surgery, made me accountable for everything I was doing. I actually would tell people my weight. I would tell them how long I worked out. I'd tell them what I ate that day. I was blogging my experience the whole time, talking about surgery, finding out different things about the surgery and sharing them online with people through videos and things. And it really helped me. It kept myself accountable. It was a way for me to get my feelings out into the open. And it was also a way for me to get support from all kinds of people from all over the world. I shared my story on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of these different places. And I had people responding to me literally from all over the globe. I still do to this day. I post a video and people just contact me about it. And we talk. I talk to vertical sleeve patients and other weight loss surgery patients all the time. And they're always very interested to see, my experience and how I did things. And so I'm really glad that I shared that. So if you find a way that you can, make yourself accountable, whether that's writing in a journal, talking to a friend, going to a support group meeting, doing a blog, a video, whatever it might be, find a way to make yourself accountable for what you're doing, and it will make this so much easier, and it'll be a great way to keep you motivated as well. Another key thing that has really been important to me has been to eliminate the negativity from my life. Anybody who didn't support my decision or who didn't understand what I was doing or thought that I was taking a, quote, easy way out, I just removed those people from my life. I really focused on keeping a positive energy surrounding me at all times. So, I stuck with going to support group meetings, talking to people online in forums, relying on my friends, relying on my family, people who I know had my back at all times. Because if you don't have that positive energy around you, you're really going to have a hard time succeeding with this new lifestyle. And so staying positive, finding a way to keep that positive energy around you is going to be so important moving forward. Surgery day. Surgery day was nerve-wracking to say the least. You got to get up really early to go to the hospital. At the time, I was not much of a morning person. I am now, but I wasn't then. And so you're going to get to the hospital really early and be prepared to wait quite a long time. You'll go in and you'll get all checked in, and then you'll go back and put your little gown on and all that stuff. They're going to give you some really nice medication to make you feel nice and chill for the remainder of the morning. So don't even worry about being nervous. I was a little bit nervous, but once I had that IV going, I was pretty much okay. I don't really remember a whole lot about surgery day, but I do remember being wheeled back into the operating room, and longtime friend Alan actually took me back there. Alan works at the hospital, so if you see Alan, tell him I said hey. And once you get back there, you go into the operating room. Dr. Swain and everybody will be in there. And Dr. Swain came up. He looked right over me and said hi. And that's one of the last things I remember, was actually saying hi to Dr. Swain in the operating room before I had the surgery done. Next thing you know, you're going to be waking up in a bed, and they're going to be wheeling you down to see your family and sit in your room. And you're going to feel kind of out of it for a little while, but all in all, I didn't feel too bad. There wasn't a whole lot of pain. There wasn't a whole lot of discomfort. The main struggle that you'll probably have on surgery day is going to be the fact that you can't really drink anything. I wasn't hungry, of course, because they had removed everything that made me hungry, but the drinking part of it was a little rough for me because my mouth was so dry and I really wanted some water. Some water. They give you some ice, an icy sponge to kind of suck on, or whatever you need, or rub it in your mouth, and that works okay. But really and truly, that's the hardest part of it. So right after surgery, they're going to get you up and you're going to walk around. I was actually a little crazy. I walked laps around the hospital floor several times because I really wanted to get a jump start on what I was doing, but they're going to get you up and they're going to walk you around. You're not going to want to do it, but you need to do it. That's very important. You got to listen to everything they say because they're only doing it to help you. They're not doing it to hurt you. So once you are up and walking, you're going to see, hey, I'm still who I was before I went into that room. And that's very important, because I was worried anyway when I came out. I was like, oh gosh, what, am I going to feel different? Am I going to, be this different person? No, you're not. You're going to feel like yourself. And you're going to be able to walk around. It is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but you will be able to do it. And it's important that you do. So keep on walking and start really slow. Just walk down the hall and back if you can. And then go right back to your room and keep on sleeping. Once you're ready to get out of the hospital, Dr. Swain will actually come visit you in the hospital, and he'll come up and, tell you whether or not you're ready to go home, and that'll be based on your results from a test that they do where you have to go down and swallow probably the nastiest liquid you've ever tasted in your life. But look at it this way, you have to taste this one nasty liquid and then you are free for the rest of your life. So, that was kind of like the test you have to pass in order to get out. And that's how I looked at it, and so I went down and I did that, and luckily for me everything was fine, and so I was able to go home a short time after. What to expect once you get home from surgery. The big thing is to follow the diet and follow the instructions from the surgery team and from your dietitian as closely as you can. I mean, down to the letter, because that is put in place to help you succeed long term. So if they tell you, that you need to be walking X amount, go walk that amount. If they tell you not to eat this or not to drink that, don't do it. Do exactly what they tell you. Work your way forward through the steps. It's a progressive system. So you'll start out in one phase and then work your way up. Don't go out right after surgery and try to eat a steak or something. Ooh, that would be bad. But, take the steps, work the system. The system's put in place to be successful, and that's exactly what you'll be if you follow the steps. I started out really slow. I went for a little walk down to the end of the driveway and back. I did that for a couple of days, and then I went to the end of the driveway, turned out, and went to the end of the road, came back. Then I'd turn around, I'd go back to another stop sign behind my house, go back and do that again. Up to the point where I was walking laps around the subdivision, and then to the point where I would get to where I was doing a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, and this was like, a month, 2, 3 out, and so forth. I didn't actually throw in any jogging or anything heavy until about 5 or 6 months out. Once I was about 5 or 6 months out, I really started hitting it and getting it. I was jogging, I was running, I was doing everything that, I wanted to do. Not lifting weights or anything like that. I wanted to focus on, doing the cardio thing to kind of lose the weight as fast as I could. And it really worked for me. I stuck to the diet, I did what I was supposed to, and it was very, very successful. I understand that not everybody is going to be as successful as I did. I mean, I've lost, well over 100 pounds since having the surgery done. But if you follow the program and do what you're supposed to do, you will have some level of success. Maybe not as much as someone like me, but you can at least get yourself in a healthier state by doing this. And that's what it's all about. Getting healthy and staying healthy long term. I don't have any singular words of advice here. My main thing is everything that I've talked about up until now. It's staying focused, surrounding yourself with positive energy, listening to the people that are there to help you, and then never losing sight of your ultimate goal. And remembering that this whole process is a marathon and not a sprint. You don't want to try to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. You don't want to try to, lose it all in a day. You can't, as a matter of fact. We put ourselves in this unhealthy position over a lifetime of bad choices, and so it's going to take quite a while to take all that off. And so be patient with the process and let it work for you. And as long as you can do that, and remember that your ultimate goal here is not to just lose a bunch of weight really quick, it's to have a healthy life from here on out, you'll be much better off if you can make yourself understand that. So, I hope that this video has given you a little bit of an insight as to what the life of a weight loss surgery patient might be, and giving you some insight on how to be successful during this journey through weight loss surgery. I am really thankful to all of the Bariatric Solutions team, especially Rebecca, Nurse Becky, Dr. Swain, and everybody else who I've had involvement with over the last 14 months. I really appreciate it. I have my life back thanks to you guys, and I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you very much. And to anybody who's watching this video, whether you're in an informational seminar or if you're getting ready to have surgery and you're seeing this on YouTube or something like that, I really hope that you take the time to take all the words that I've told you here to heart and really try to put yourself in a position to be successful. I know you can do it. Everybody on the Bariatric Solutions teams knows you can do it, and we're all pulling for you. So best of luck. Take care.